Good evening. This is News.PH, but it's not politics as usual. I'm Amelin Veloso. It was the, quote, greatest escape, says Philippine Military Chief General Gregorio Pio Katapang Jr. Last week, 40 Filipino peacekeepers were caught in a standoff and firefight against the Syrian rebels in Golan Heights. But thanks to the rebels' sound sleep, our peacekeepers managed to escape. United Nations peacekeepers are neutral forces helping war-torn countries in their transition from conflict to peace. The UN mission has over 1,000 troops from different countries, including Fiji, India, Ireland, Nepal, Netherlands, and the Philippines. Our guests tonight in the first half of the show are first we'll have the wives of the peacekeepers, or two of the peacekeepers in Golan Heights. We have Mila Escarcha. She is the wife of Staff Sergeant Noli Escarcha. And we also have with us Grace Corpus. She is the wife of Corporal Michael Alan Corpus. And later on in the second half, we'll have Chief Brigadier General Domingo Tutaan Jr. He's the spokesman of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. And we'll also have Colonel Roberto Ancan. He's the commander of the Peacekeeping Operations Command of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. But first, let's talk first to the wives. Now, thank you so much for joining us this evening, Grace and Mila. Magtatagalog tayo para parang kunwari nagkwentuhan lang tayo sa ngayon. So, Grace and Mila, first of all, kailan niyo huling nakausap yung mga asawa niyo? Ikaw, Grace?
Kanina po, ma'am.
Kanina umaga lang?
Opo.
Ah, okay. Kamusta naman siya?
Okay naman po siya, ma'am, ngayon po. Nakakatawa na po ng nakakatawa.
Nakakatawa na?
Opo. Nakakapagkwentuhan na rin po kami ng maayos po. Hindi po katulad nung time na magulo po doon. Pag nag-uusap po kami, lagi po niyan sinasabi sa akin, "Teka lang, Mia," sabi niya gano'n, kasi may ganito, ganyan. Tapos po, bawat maririnig po sa background, ma'am, yung mga sumasabog po na...
Yung putukan,
opo, yes
naririnig
po.
mo?
Opo.
Anong nararamdaman mo nung naririnig mo yung mga putukan nung time na yon?
Opo. Siyempre po, ma'am, talagang takot na takot po para po sa kanila. Kasi hindi po natin alam kung ano po yung mangyayari po para po sa para po sa kanila. Kaya sabi kong ganun, lagi na lang po, sabi niya, pinagdadasal na maging safe po sila doon. Na kahit nasabihin nandun na sila, kumbaga parang, ang sabi po nila, parang na-sandwich na po sila ng rebelde po doon. Sabi namin na sana makalabas pa rin po sila ng maayos po doon sa lugar na yun.
Buti nakakatawag pa sila, no? Ikaw, Mila, yung asawa mo, 24 years na rin sa serbisyo, di ba? Hanggang ngayon ba, nandyan pa rin yung pangamba na nararamdaman mo kapag lalo't higit mga ganitong mga pangyayari?
Nawala na po siya ng mga nakaraan eh. Okay na po, relax na po eh. Ito lang po dumating na kaguluhan, nasa Syria sila. Ay sa Golan Heights po. Na na naman po ako, nervous na naman ako dahil sa pangyayaring yan.
Sinong nagsabi sa inyo na yun ang naging sitwasyon ngayon ng mga asawa nyo doon sa Golan Heights?
Ay, nalaman ko po yung news na yun sa internet.
Sa internet pa, ha?
Yes, ma'am.
Ganon din sa'yo, Grace?
Maaga pa po yun, mga 7 a.m. Tapos ginawa ko po, nag-text po ako sa kanya. Sinabi ko po na ganito, may balita pong ganyan. Totoo ba na may mga peacekeeper na sabing stand-off ngayon?
Yeah.
Ang ginawa niya, kasi wala naman po siyang pang-reply, tumatawag lang po siya sa akin. Tumawag po siya sa akin, sabi ko, totoo, anong balita, kumusta kayo dyan? Okay lang ba kayo? Sabi niya, okay ako, sabi niya, huwag kayo mag-alala, sabi niya, okay lang ako. Sa ngayon, sabi niya, liligpit kami, nag-iimpake, aalis kami ngayon dito sa Post 68, sabi niya. Saan kayo pupunta? Sabi niya, papunta kaming Camp Pawar.
Sa headquarters.
O ganun ba? Sabi niya, sige, sige. Nagmamadali siya dahil sabi niya mag-iimpake. Sige, sabi ko, basta pagdating niyo ron, tumawag ka na lang sa akin. O sige, sabi niya, tatawag ako. Kaya parang okay sa akin yung ganung sitwasyon.
Sa Station 68 din ba si yung
Yes po,
husband mo,
ma'am.
Grace?
Opo.
So pareho sila.
Pareho,
Pero
magkasama po sila.
magkasama sila, pero ngayon lang kayo nagkakilala.
Yes po.
Kahapon lang po.
Kahapon lang po.
Kahapon lang.
Opo, kahapon lang po kami nag-meet po sa Camp Aguinaldo po.
Yung Grace, yung husband mo, bago siya na Golan Heights, saan nga siya na-assign? For 11 years na rin siyang sundalo, di ba?
Yes po, ma'am. Ang unang assignment po niya, ma'am, sa Fort Bonifacio po.
Oo, sa headquarters ng Philippine Army.
Opo, yes po. Pagka po niya, ilang years din po siya doon. Ng 2008 po, ma'am, nalipat po siya ng Mindanao. And then, noong 2011 po, after po ng, nag-schooling po siya dito sa Camp O'Donnell po sa Tarlac. After po ng schooling, nalipat na rin po siya dyan din po mismo sa division po.
Ikaw, Mila, yung husband mo naman, nag-Mindanao din siya, di ba?
Opo, year 2000 po yung sinasabi po niya na pinasok po yung Camp Abu Bakar. Isa po sila sa
Kasama siya doon.
Opo.
Okay.
Mahirap po sitwasyon doon kasi
Oo, at that time, bakbakan din yung patayan din.
saka ang mahirap sa amin, hindi siya nagpaalam.
Ano
Yun
ibig
daw
mong
po
sabihin hindi siya nagpaalam? Hindi niya sinabi na
Opo.
may kaguluhan doon?
Hindi po. Nandun na siya sa Mindanao nung tumawag siya sa akin. Ang order daw po sa kanila ganun, wala nang uuwi na sa pamilya. Kaya nung tumawag siya, sabi niya sa akin, nandito na ako sa Mindanao. Anong ginagawa mo dyan?
Ang layo, no? Taga Manila ka dito
Parang dito lang siya naka-assign nun sa parting Mindoro. Ay, hindi. Bago siya mag-Mindoro mula. Basta dito, Luzon din po siya, ma'am.
So, paano naman sila ngayon napasama dito sa peacekeeping mission dyan sa Syria, sa Golan Heights? Oh, let's start with, sige, ikaw naman, Grace. Paano sila nasama dito? Anong kinwento nila sa inyo tungkol dito? Hindi ba kayo nanangamba na parang palayo na sila lalo, hindi na sa Pilipinas?
Ang alam ko po, ma'am, voluntary, po yun, na bilang...
Pinili niya.
Opo.
Oo. Kinausap ba kayo na may gusto sana niya mag-apply nga dito sa Golan Heights? Kinausap ba kayo?
Pinaalam
naman po sa amin, syempre bago po sila mag-schooling o mag-training sa Tarlac.
Anong sabi nila tungkol dito sa pagpunta doon sa abroad?
Syempre parang karangalan din po yun, di ba po, ma'am, na bukod dito sa Pilipinas, makakarating pa sila ng ibang bansa.
That's true.
Opo, madadala
Tapos,
po nila yung pangalan
karangalan
po
po natin yun, di po ba?
Representative talaga siya ng Philippines.
Opo.
Sabi ko, saka peacekeeping, parang maganda naman pakinggan dahil peace. Papayag naman po, kahit sino naman po di ba papayag.
Ang balita ko, mataas daw ang compensation, yung bayad daw. At least $900 a month daw or something like that. Naging ano ba yun? Naging parang lalo bang naging mas okay, mas madali, mas magaan?
Mas malaking
considering
tulong
na
kasi
dahil mas malaki ang ano niya.
Extra income din po yun, di po ba? Parang maganda po para sa isang pamilya namin yung ganun. Magkaroon ka ng ganung allowance. Pero sabi ko nga, maganda ba dyan? Hindi ba delikado dyan?
Ano naging sagot niya?
Okay naman daw. Okay po yun. Okay, sabi niya. Hindi naman kami papadala dyan ng ikakaano ng buhay namin, sabi niya. Siyempre, hindi naman tayo papahamak ng gobyerno natin, sabi niya. Bago naman kami pumunta ron, siyempre alam naman ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas na nakipag-ano naman sa UN. Sabi, okay dun sa amin.
Ikaw, Grace, yan din ba ang sinabi sa'yo? Or sinabi mo, wag na lang, dito ka na lang, Han?
Nagsabi din po ako niyan, ma'am, kasi syempre po malayo po sa amin Tsaka hindi po natin alam kung anong mangyayari din po sa kanila doon. Kaya lang, ano po yun, ma'am, ang tawag po sa kanila, ang ano po kasi, ma'am, call of duty po. Kailangan po talaga Kahit na po sabihin, kaming family, umayaw kami, hindi pa rin po kami priority, kundi yung trabaho po niya.
Masakit din yun, ha?
Yes, ma'am.
Di ba
Mas
pwede ang
priority
call
po
of
talaga.
duty si Mrs. din? Naku, mamaya, pagtutuloy natin yan, para naman makilala namin lalo, ano ba ang buhay din ng isang asawa ng sundalo?
Yes,
Kasi usually nakikita na namin yung ginagawa ng sundalo, pero paano naman yung pamilya niya? Gusto sana namin makita din yan para maintindihan din namin yung mga experiences nyo and what you have to go through para lang sa ating bansa. Di ba? Okay, we'll continue with our discussion when we return. This is News.PH. Welcome back. You're still watching News.PH on 9TV. I'm Amelin Veloso. We still have with us wives of two of the peacekeepers in Golan Heights. We have Mila Escarcha and Grace Corpus. So, yung nga yung standoff ngayong napabalitaan nga namin dito. I mean, ano ba ang buhay nila doon? Ano ang kwento nila? I understand, Grace, dumating yung asawa mo doon. First batch siya nung November of 2013. Ikaw naman, Mila, nung December
7.
Oo, third batch sila or third series. Ano na yung buhay nila doon at anong nangyari? Anong naging nag-iba? Lalo't higit nung last week nung nagkaroon nga ng standoff.
Nung pagdating po niya doon, ma'am, ang nakakwento lang po niya, parang katulad din po dito sa Pilipinas. Na meron din pong duty, mag-duty ka sa post, mag-duty ka po sa office, mag-duty ka as duty driver po. Ganun po. Parang same lang din po doon at saka yun dito.
Pero anong nangyari nung last week? Di ba yung may naririnig na raw sila sa background? Yes. Nakausap niyo ba sila? Actually, nakausap niyo sila habang nagkakaroon ng bakbakan, right?
Sa akin po, hindi
sa'yo?
pa. Sa akin po, hindi.
Tapos
hindi bago po mangyari yung
bagong pangyari,
standoff.
paalis pa lang sila.
Opo.
Tapos ikaw, Grace, yun
Yes,
yun, habang nangyayari.
Habang nag-uusap, yes po. Every time po yun, ma'am, na merong ano doon. Kahit nung hindi pa po yung itong standoff mismo, tuwing may sumasabog, may nagbabarilan po doon, natataon po talaga na mag-usap po kaming mag-asawa. Tapos tinatanong ko po sa kanya, sabi ko, ano yun? Tapos sinasabi niya, wala. Sabi niya gano'n, nag-ano lang yan, may fireworks lang yan dito. Yun po yung lagi niya sinasabi, ma'am, may fireworks lang daw po doon. Tapos yun po...
Naniwala ka na fireworks? Of course,
syempre
alam mo
hindi,
naman
ma'am.
Pero yun ba, pag sinabi sa'yo yun, parang, kumbaga, maiibsan kahit papano yung pangamba mo?
Hindi
rin, ano?
Hindi rin po, ma'am,
nakikita ko naluluha ka nga eh. Naalala mo pa, no?
Yes
nung
po.
sinabi
Kasi
sa kanya,
nung-
sinabi sa'yo.
Actually po, ma'am, talaga nung standoff, hindi niya po sinabi sa akin yun na sila po mismo yung nandoon.
Ang parang sinasabi lang niya sa'yo ay...
Ang nabalitaan ko po, ma'am, na yung border po ng Golan Heights at saka ng na nasakop na po ng rebelde. Yun po yung naano ko. Tapos sabi po niya sa akin, safe kami dito, wag kang mag-alala. Yun po yung laging sinasabi sa akin. Pero wag mo pa rin kakalimutan mag-pray. Sabi niya, ipag-pray mo pa rin kami. Tapos yun nga po, ma'am, na ano ko rin po sa balita na position 68 at saka 69, yung standoff po. Opo. Doon po parang yung, alam mo po, ma'am, parang nanginig yung buong katawan ko. Sabi ko gano'n, bakit hindi niya sinabi? Lagi kaming nag-chat, lagi po kami nag-uusap. Hindi niya po sinabi sa akin na gano'n nga po, na sila po pala yung nandoon. Tapos nagtanong po ako, sabi niya sa akin, hindi, okay lang kami dito. Nandito naman kami sa loob, safe naman kami. Sabi ko nga po sa kanya, paano magiging safe kung nandiyan kayo sa loob, wala kayong lalabasan kasi nasa paligid na ninyo yung mga rebelde. Sabi niya ganun, basta magtiwala ka lang na, sabi niya ganun, makakalabas kami ng maayos dito. Yun po yung sinasabi niya, ma'am. Tapos po nung huling usap po namin, ma'am, ng Saturday, ang sabi po niya sa akin, nagkakapukukan na daw po doon. Yun po yung nabanggit niya sa akin.
Pukukan, as in nagkaroon ba sila na parang nagsuntukan na sila,
nagbabarilan
na?
Opo.
Okay.
Yun po yung sabi niya sa akin, sabi niya, Mi, tuloy-tuloy yung pukukan dito. Yun po yung sabi niya.
Kasi 7 hours po sila, di ba, na palaban.
Opo. Tapos, hindi ko naman po inano yun, ma'am. Hindi ko naman po inano sa kanya yun. Basta yun lang po yung nabanggit niya sa akin. Hindi na rin po ako nagtanong kung sino o ano.
Yung pag-escape po nila, nakwento ba nila sa iyo? O ikaw, Mila, hindi rin?
Hindi rin
Wala
po.
na silang sinabi?
Opo. Kasi ma'am, nawalan po kami ng ano talaga noon yung Saturday. Opo.
Nahanap mong contact.
Opo,
That
nawalan.
must have been difficult, no? Biglang hindi nyo na siya na-contact.
Yes,
Yun
ma'am.
po ang pinakamahirap na sitwasyon na alam namin na nandun sila sa loob. Tapos kami na nandito, wala kaming contact. Kaya hindi namin alam ko talaga kung anong gagawin. Buti na lang po nandiyan ng AFP na PKOC. Nag-text sa amin na wag po kayong mag-alala, safe po yung mga asawa nyo. Eh medyo na ano rin ang ano namin, kalooban. Nang mag-text sila ng gano'n sa amin.
Ano naman yung what you call that? Yun, nakita nyo na, di ba, na may posibilidad na hindi naging happy yung ending, di ba? Minsan ba naku-question nyo na, alam nyo na call of duty yun ng asawa nyo, na yun yung kanyang pinili na buhay din. Pero minsan ba, nag-iisip kayo na sana umuwi na lang sila? Or kung sakali ba, let's say pabalik na sila, although I understand hindi nyo pa alam kung kailan talaga ang balik nila, Papayag pa ba muli kayo na papadala sila abroad?
Sa akin po, ma'am, katulad nga po ng sinabi ko kanina, Call of Duty po. Wala po talaga ako magagawa dun, ma'am, kahit po hindian ko. Siguro kung hihindi man ako, aalis na lang po siya sa serbisyo, di ba po? Kung pagbibigyan niya ako. Kaya lang po, ma'am, kung aalis po siya sa serbisyo, paano po yung hanap buhay po niya? At saka paano po yung kinabukasan po ng mga bata po? Hindi naman po, tawag dito, hindi naman po sa, yun, ma'am, na dahil yung sinasabi na malaki po yung sahod. Hindi rin po. Kasi pride din po kasi nila yun bilang...
Hindi lang dahil sa malaki ang sahod. Hindi lang.
Hindi po yun.
Yung
Ganun.
pride
Yung
na...
pride bilang ikaw po Pilipino ka, syempre pagmamalaki mo po na yung Pilipinas na nakarating ka na, nandun ka po sa bilang peacekeepers po.
Lalo tigit dahil ito ang nangyari sa ngayon.
Yes,
Ano bang sinabi sa inyo? Bibigyan ba daw sila ng parangal or any recognition? May
Wala pa po
nakwento ba?
kaming idea dun
Basta na makauwi,
Opo, ma'am. Yun lang
Kung
po.
bibigyan po sila ng hero's welcome, edi mas maraming salamat.
Opo, hindi po.
Kung hindi, okay lang din sa amin. Basta umuwi na lang sila ng safe.
Safe po.
Oo, like ikaw,
Makasama
Nina.
na namin sila.
Di ba ilang beses na rin naisip nyo na sana mag-retire na rin si Sir, di ba?
Malapit na nga sana siya mag-retire. Kaya lang, hintayin niya na lang po ito na matapos na yung sa Golan Heights.
Paano naman yung ibang pamilya naman ng ibang mga peacekeepers natin? Nagkakita na rin ba kayo doon sa ibang mga asawa or mga families? Wala
Hindi
pa.
po, ma'am. Pero po, karamihan po sa mga asawa po na ng mga sundalo na nandun po, ma'am. Mga nakakaano po sa Facebook po. Nakakausap ko naman din po
Ano
sa
to,
iba
may
pa.
Facebook ba sa mga peacekeepers or personal?
Sa personal po
to?
namin,
I see, I see.
opo.
Kanya-kanya lang. Ngayon, friend na po kami ni Grace. Kahapon lang.
Kaya
May contact na po kami dalawa.
Nagkakatanungan din po kung nagkakasabihan po kung ano yung mga nararamdaman nung time po na nandun po yung mga asawa namin. Yun po.
So I guess, kung sakaling may ibang mission pa na kailangan ipapadala sila abroad, would you say yes again? Ikaw, let's start
Depende
with...
po.
Depende
Depende
saan?
po sa pupuntahan nilang lugar.
Yes.
O anong ibig mong sabihin? Kailangan?
Gaya po niyan sa Golan Heights, nasa pagitan po sila ng dalawang bansa na nag-aaway. Gaya po sa Syria, hindi naman po natin alam mga isip nila. Ngayon, kung pupunta po sila sa isang lugar na ang mission nila ay halimbawa kagaya sa ibang bansa na tutulungan lang nila yung mga ibang tao, yung wala po bang
Walang
gera,
walang gera.
walang gerang nangyayari, siguro. Okay yung ganong
Ikaw naman,
sitwasyon.
Grace.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay lang sa'yo?
Opo, basta yun nga rin po, yung hindi magulo, ma'am. Basta maayos, maging yung safe lang po sila. Okay lang po sa akin.
Nakakauwi ba sila? I mean, how long ang nila? 1 year, 6 months kapag may mission sa abroad? Gaano kahaba yung kanilang duty doon?
1 year po sana yun, di ba?
Ang alam ko kasi, ma'am, 6 months lang po dapat yun.
6 months
Nag-extend
sana.
lang.
Extend na lang po.
Pero ganyan, hindi na sila nakakauwi. Siguro
Hindi
talaga.
po.
Hindi na. Mahal. First of all, it would be too expensive.
Yes, ma'am.
But just the same, kahit hindi sila pumunta sa Golan Heights, ganun ang buhay nyo, di ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Ilang beses nyo lang nakikita yung mister nyo sa isang
Sa
taon?
isang taon. Sa akin, kung malayo po, ma'am, 2 beses lang siguro. Ganun.
Sa isang taon?
Kapag malayo po.
Ganun din po.
Mila.
Mahirap kasi. Minsan depende po sa CO. Pagka okay yung CO na pag nagpaalam sila, papayagan kahit 2 days, 3 days. Pero pagka yung operation po, talagang wala pong lalabas, walang uuwi, wala po silang magagawa. Pag sinabing walang uuwi, operation tayo, order po yun.
Anong mensahe nyo naman? Anong gusto nyong iparating? Anong gusto nyong malaman namin? And at the same time, anong gusto nyong iparating sa AFP or sa mga asawa ninyo?
Sa una po, nagpapasalamat po ako sa AFP dahil sa ginawa po nilang suporta sa amin na lalong-lalo na po nung panahon na wala kaming contact sa aming mga mahal sa buhay na nandoon. Sila po bali ang kumalinga sa amin, yung AFP po. Lalong-lalo na po kay General Katapang kasi sa akin po, napakaganda nung desisyon na ginawa niya na sinasabi po na the greatest escape. Kasi sa isang pagkakamali po, malalagay po sa alanganin sana yung buhay ng mga kasundaluhan doon. Pero dahil sa ginawa niya pong yun,
naging desisyon ng
Nagpapasalamat po
AFP.
ako.
Oo.
Nagpapasalamat po ako sa kanila.
How about you, Grace?
Yes, parehas lang po, ma'am. Kasi kung hindi po dahil sa kanila, hindi po siguro masasabing greatest escape po yung mga husband po namin po doon. Kaya maraming salamat po talaga sa AFP, sa AFP, KAOC po. Kasi every time po na magtatanong po kami, magte-text po ako, Sir, kamusta na po yung asawa ko po na nandun sa position 68? Ayun po, automatic po, ma'am, may sagot po kaagad sila. Kaya po, kahit papano, hindi kami masyadong kinakabahan kasi alam po namin na namomonitor po nila yung kalagayan po ng asawa po namin doon.
Okay. No, thank you so much for being with us tonight. So we had Grace Corpus. She's the wife of Corporal Michael Allen Corpus. And of course, si Mila Escarcha. Asawa naman po siya ni Staff Sergeant Nolly Escarcha. Sila po, ang asawa nila ay nasa Golan Heights po. But hindi pa po tapos ang ating pinag-uusapan. We'll still have more about what has been called the Great Escape. We'll learn more about the UN Peacekeeping mission when we come back. And at the same time, what are the repercussions or the impacts of what has transpired so far. News.PH will be back. Welcome back. You're still watching News.PH on 9TV. I'm Amelin Veloso. Joining us in the second half of the show is Major General Domingo Tutaan Jr., spokesman of the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Good evening.
Good evening, General Tutaan.
Good evening to all our viewers tonight.
Sir, I guess let's begin with what is the UN Peacekeeping mission? How did we become a part of this?
Well, peacekeeping is a part of the UN Charter. It's usually referred to as Chapter 6 of the UN Charter, which is all about peacekeeping. Peacekeeping is designed to preserve the peace in areas where the conflict has been taken out. So a peace agreement probably has been made.
Yes.
And that's the reason why the UN sends peacekeepers to that area to preserve and maintain the arrangements as far as the ceasefire is concerned or the peace agreement is concerned.
Did we also have an agreement that we will be part of this mission? How did this come about?
All member countries of the United Nations are committed to these efforts of the UN as far as peacekeeping is concerned. But the Philippines is one of those who committed, and we are now known as the troop contributing country, one of the troop contributing countries. And because of that, we have manifested, our government has manifested our intent to send peacekeepers in various areas where there are UN missions or UN peacekeeping operations undertaken. And one of them is this peacekeeping contingent that we have in Golan Heights.
Now, what is expected from us just to be part of this mission? Is that what's the only thing that's expected
of course,
from us?
as a troop contributing country, we are committed to peacekeeping. We were sent to the area in UNDOF, or the UN Disengagement Observer Force. It is an area which we call the area of separation. It has a long history. In 1974, when Syria and Israel were at war, a ceasefire was signed. And they have agreed that there will be a
ceasefire will be maintained.
Yeah, will be maintained. And that there will be an area which we call the area of separation, the AOS, as normally known or depicted. It is a buffer zone. It is about 235 square kilometers in area. The farthest point, or the vertical line of here, is about 75 to 80 kilometers in length. And the shortest distance in between is about less than a kilometer, and the longest is about 10 kilometers, so to speak. So it's 235 kilometers. This area of separation is where the UN mandate is imposed, wherein Syrian forces are not allowed to enter that, and Israel forces are not allowed that. So UNDOF was organized to have this, and we are a troop contributing country to the UNDOF, United Nations Disengagement Observer Force. They are there to observe, monitor, and report the adherence to the peace
What do we gain from being part of this?
Well, it is as a member country, of course,
missions.
as a member country of the UN. It is an honor for each country to have peacekeepers nationwide.
Does it also assure that if in times of conflict, they will also be here for us? Is that also part of the agreement?
These things come around during issuances of UN resolutions or UN Security Council resolutions, which declares, I think it's them who's going to say that, okay, in this area, since there is already a peace has been brokered, in order to enforce this or able to preserve this peace agreement, let's send peacekeeping operations or peacekeepers. And that's when UNDOF comes in. I mean, peacekeeping operations come in. And member countries of the UN volunteer to send their troops.
How do we choose who to send?
Okay,
in these
for the Philippines, we have an AFP Peacekeeping Operations Center. That center is the one charged with training, also part of the selection process as far as those who will be sent. As of now, what we're sending is a formed unit. Meaning to say, for UNDOF, because a battalion-sized unit is required of, we send a unit that has, so to speak, part of the battalion of excellence. Units that excel as a unit in their assignments here in the Philippines are chosen as a unit and is the one sent. Of course, the personnel in that unit are subjected to the necessary requirements, medical, physical, and as soon as they are selected, they are trained. This UNDOF, this contingent that we have in Golan Heights right now has been trained 3 months, for 3 months prior to the deployment to Golan Heights.
Yeah, is it, I mean, in our newscast earlier, we presented this report, David Santos presented a report that it's also the incentives and the benefits or the salary that they get.
You cannot take away that.
It's something like many actually aspire to be part of the mission.
Yeah, you can take that away. That is probably a factor. But the biggest factor as a soldier, like for me, for example, as a soldier, it would be a great honor to be part of a peacekeeping unit or to be sent into a foreign country to effect the UN mandate. Just imagine the responsibility that you have. And each and every soldier probably has that ambition to be part of it, to have the honor of serving the UN mission. The other collaterals like the UN incentive allowance, that's all part of it, but that's not the primordial concern. The primordial concern probably of a soldier is to be able to serve in a UN mission, represent the Philippines, the armed forces of the Philippines in peacekeeping operations.
Now, this one in the Golan Heights, how many areas are we stationed at? Because what was highlighted was Station 68 and 69. Yeah. Are there other stations as well, apart from the headquarters?
In the whole area of separation, there are a lot of stations that as commonly known, but these are more described as positions. There are a lot of positions that they call, it's numbered.
All right.
There are also observation posts, which are also numbered.
Okay.
Okay, so various troop contributing countries are also deployed in the area.
Yes.
For the Philippines, we are occupying before 5 positions.
Okay.
That's position 60, 68, 69, 85, and 80.
5 positions.
Yes, 5 positions, and 1 observation post, which we call the OP-52. So these are the areas where the Philippine contingent has been deployed.
Now, how strategic is position 68 and 69? Is it a crucial portion of the Golan Heights?
If you view the area of separation, it's an elongated thing. The position 68 and 69 is in the Syrian side of the area of separation.
Yes, we're showing.
If you look at the map, on the left, on the right side of the area of separation is the Syrian side of the Syrian side.
Yes.
The left, of course, is the Israel side.
Yes.
So position 68 and 69 is in that area where near the Syrian area.
So, because it's near the Syrian area, is it like an entry point? Oh, so it's an entry point. It's
not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
I'm not really. I mean, the choosing of that position is strategic in a way, wherein the UN mandate is the reason why it's placed there. It's the headquarters of the UN Disengagement Observers Force who decided on this, where to put these positions. And this was not arbitrarily designated or things. This, of course, this had been taken into consideration the strategic value of each position.
From what you've gathered, why were the Syrian rebels there?
what was really their purpose? Some are saying that it was basically because they wanted to get the firearms, but some naman are saying it's because the Philippines, we actually mentioned that we would be pulling out, so the rebels wanted to occupy the area.
Yeah,
so what did we gather from
Well, let's
this so
combine the
far?
answer here. No? The thing is that when we were sent there, we first sent our troops there in 2009. And the situation at that time was that they were strictly part of the UNDOF and to preserve that area of separation.
Yes.
But over the years that came after 2009, there was a Syrian conflict internal to them, a civil war of some sort.
Yes.
Wherein anti-government armed elements, or the AGAIs as they call it, are fighting Syrian government and the Syrian armed forces.
Yes.
And the conflict has been escalating and has been nearing that side of the AOS, which is in the Syrian side. And
Yes.
so the conflict has been concentrated in that area, which is very adjacent to position 68 and 69.
I see, I see.
The reason being probably I am not really in a position to say so, because that's the conflict between Syria and Syrian forces, Syrian anti-government armed elements. But that is not the concern of the UNDOF. The concern of the UNDOF really is the AOS. But since they came and they were nearing the position 68, that was the one that started all this concern as far as the conflict in the area is concerned.
Now, this last year, I think it was last year, wherein some of our troops were also abducted, but they were released eventually. What was different about this particular attack? Can we call it an attack? What was different?
The incidents of last year, wherein 21 of our soldiers were abducted, and another incident wherein 4 were also abducted. I think the difference is that this was not done in the position. In what we're stationed at. This was done outside that position, so
yes.
it was probably en route into a highway in somewhere where rebels from the Syrian rebels entered, because they go into the AOS of some sort, and probably that's where they abducted our soldiers last year.
Ah, okay.
So it's not in the position itself.
Okay, okay. So does it mean that that's why the action had to be such? I mean, what was why was it necessary that they should not follow the order of their UNDOF commander Singha, which was to surrender their firearms?
Let's put it this way, Amelino. When things escalated, our troops were still in their position. Of course, the thing of is position 68 and 69.
Yes.
In the early morning of a Saturday, Syrian time,
yes.
which was about noon time, because we are 5 hours advance Syrian time. The position 69 was being already vacated. We were repositioning our troops.
While the rebels were there,
yes.
69 was, they were able to be,
yeah,
they were
they
extricated.
were repositioned with the help of other troop contributing countries, the Irish troops, because they had the armored vehicles there. So, but at the same time, the position 68 was being assaulted by the rebels.
I see.
Yeah. And they had to hold their ground on the matter. So it escalated. The troops were saying that it was almost a 7-hour assault. So it was a continuous fighting between. As peacekeepers, definitely we have rules of engagement.
Yes.
You cannot conduct offensive operations. It's purely in the defense.
Yes.
Performance of your mandate.
Yes.
Our peacekeepers are trained to only fire when they are fired upon. I mean, in self-defense. That is part of the principle of UN, the rules of engagement.
Yes.
So they were in a defense in that. But the attack was growing. The assault was escalating. So it's, as I've said, it's a 7-hour frame.
Were we in constant communication with our troops there in Golan Heights?
Yes, yeah, in a manner of speaking, yes, because we were, of course, we were in communication with our commander.
How about the rebels? Did they?
No,
were there any reports of any, like they were asking for demands?
In fact, we don't have really direct on position 68 itself. Position. But the thing is that it was escalating. The rebels at that time now have been demanding that the position 68, our soldiers, to surrender their firearms.
Yes.
And of course, that's something that we can't, in a manner of speaking. And the thing is, the rest was history. So we didn't. But when negotiations started between the UNDOF and the rebels, of course, we were not part of that negotiation. Because it is the commander on the ground. They were discussing this, and we were saying what would we do if we were attacked again. Of course, there were ammo expenditures and things like that. And that was the order to surrender firearms. Also, our firearms. And Colorado to that, there was an incident about the Fiji troops who surrendered their firearms earlier and were hostage. And we didn't want that our troops to suffer the same
So
fate.
let's see what will be the impact of that particular action. When we come back, General Tutaan will be answering that. When we come back, we'll be back after this break. This is News.PH. Welcome back. You're still watching News.PH on 9TV. I'm Amlyn Veloso. Still with us is Major General Domingo Tutaan Jr. He's the spokesman of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. And let's look at the impact of what has happened so far. So, let's go back to the fighting. Is it true that there was one Syrian rebel who was killed and 4 others were injured, and then there were 100 rebels versus 48 Filipinos?
Those were the reports that our troops on the ground were receiving and reporting to us. And that is the reason why we really have to consider the repositioning of our troops from position 68. One is, if you surrender your firearms, then you will not be in defense anymore. You will not be able to carry out the mandate that you have, as far as the UN mandate that you have, and of course you will not be able to protect yourselves.
Yes, but with that, General Tutaan, would they be in more danger now, considering they had this fight with the rebels? Would the rebels possibly be targeting Filipino peacekeepers because of what has transpired so far?
Not really, but come to think of it, you have to also look at it from the point of view during that time, at the very point in time. What happens now if, upon surrendering the firearms, they will be hostage, just like what happened to the Fijian troops?
What happened now to the Fijian
that
troops?
We do not know up to this time. I don't have reports of that, of course. But
did we endanger their lives because of the fighting?
No, not really. Not really. In the sense that we have to, so to speak, assert the UN mandate in this area as far as the UNDOF is concerned. It might not have, but the thing is that if we did, then probably we'll have 2 problems: the Fijis and the Philippine troops. And we really don't know what would happen, of course, at that time. But the thing is, it's a safe assumption that we will be, so to speak, ducks in the pond, and we will not be able to protect ourselves. And they could do. Of course, we were worried also that during the 7-hour firefight or assault that the rebels did, there might have been casualties on their side.
Yes, yes.
And we don't know if there will be vengeance on this and things like. Remember, these are non-state actors. This is not totally a professional armed forces, so to speak, because this is armed rebels. And Al-Nusra, which we believe that that's the front that they came, have connections with or linkage with the Al-Qaeda. So we have to put that into consideration.
But what about our relationship with the United Nations, given that we didn't follow the order that was given to us? Would that have repercussions?
I think it's more of.
What did they say so far?
I don't have a thing on the matter. Of course, for that it would be the Department of Foreign Affairs. But I don't think I think it's worth studying what really happened on a sequence by sequence or a chronological thing, and what were the considerations at that point in time. Considering it right now, probably as some would say it's defying the orders. Others would say probably that was the right thing, without really defying the orders. But we have to look into everything.
What are the rules of engagement? Is there something we should look into?
You have to self-preservation, protection of yourself and protection of your unit.
Should it be more?
If you surrender your firearms, how will you be able to protect yourself?
Because this is not the first time that peacekeepers have been attacked. Do you think that it's high time now that there has to be a change in policy, or probably to be more specific on how to react on similar cases?
As far as peacekeeping is concerned, as I've said earlier in the show, that peacekeeping is part of Chapter 6 of the UN Charter.
So that's clear.
So it has to be taken from a higher level of the rules of engagement should be looked into also. Using this as an incident for
Yes,
lessons
yes.
learned,
Yes,
or
yes.
probably best practices.
Yes.
As you would say, it will all depend on looking the whole incident. But we have to look at the events that transpired over the weekend
Yes.
in its totality, on a strategic point of view, so to speak, without really being very particular
Very
of a certain, did you defy the orders,
Okay.
or did things like that?
Now,
or were there
looking at
orders?
it-
You have to look at it from the whole greater.
So,
The UNDOF force commander might have his own reasons as far as this is concerned.
Is
but,
it really? Did he really like? No, I mean, what we've been hearing so far, because it seems like with what he ordered, it seems like he put the Filipino troops at risk. But was that really what happened?
In a manner of yes, because he was telling our troops, as our troops were reporting, was that should you be assaulted again, then you just have to raise the white flag. You have to surrender your firearms so that you can the Fijis can be given safe passage, and you will be given safe passage. But look what happened to the Fiji. So again, you have to view it.
Yes.
As a military man like me, I have to look into all the angles. It's not simply saying this is right, this is wrong, this is the thing, and you have to analyze the whole situation, putting all the facets, all the things on the incident that transpired into full consideration.
No,
and from there, you can probably look what is the
Yes.
best practice on this, or what are probably the lessons that we have to learn from the whole incident.
So far, can you say what's the best practice and what are the lessons that we
Of
have
course,
learned?
I've said it's on the
Ongoing
part
pa
of the
rin.
AFP. We look at it. We have looked into this, the activities that transpired, to look into it. In fact, this could be doctrinalized, so to speak, from our point of view, in
Yes.
order that every time we could send peacekeepers, then we really have to know, because part of the things we do prior to sending peacekeepers is training them, giving
Yes.
them this information on how things might happen in.
Do you think we've trained them enough?
Yes, of course.
We
They
have
are
enough
very
resources
capable.
to send them abroad?
Yes, they are. Our soldiers are trained appropriately for peacekeeping missions.
But will they be sent back? I mean, we've been talking about pulling them out of Golan
Yeah.
Heights. Will we finally pull them out permanently?
There was a
Indefinitely?
confluence of events. When as I've said, in 2009, when we first sent, the situation was different. Now the civil war in Syria has been escalating and is
escalated.
nearing the areas
Yes.
where we're deployed.
Yes.
And because of this situation, the security environment has changed drastically. And that is the reason why government has made mention that we have to pull our troops. And we were informed by the Department of National Defense that we are to bring them back already. Of course, this coincides with that they are really due to be recalled.
Yes.
And the sending of the replacement is also due. But because
Yes.
all of this, yes, we are now trying to recall them. We will not be sending any more our replacement for them. And this will be undertaken in the soonest possible time. But of course, it's not a simple pack up and go home.
Yes.
There are a lot of coordinations to be made, flight schedules, equipment that were
But tentatively by October
by
they'll
October,
be back.
the most
So at the
probably.
moment we don't know yet if we'll be sending, or we're sure we're not sending.
As far as UNDOF is, we were directed that we will not be sending a
We will not be
replacement.
sending.
But we have other missions.
Yeah, I know, like in Liberia,
We have
because of the
a mission in
Ebola
Liberia. There are a total of
problem.
about 112 personnel there. But they're also due for recall because of the
Yes.
the situation of the EVD,
situation,
or
yes.
the Ebola virus disease,
Yes.
which is a big consideration on our part.
Okay.
So we are also making coordinations for the recall of our what we call the UNMIL, the United Nations military in Liberia.
But
So,
in other missions, they
yes,
will
we have
remain
in
there.
Haiti, we have other military observers in other posts and things like that. So they will continue.
That will remain. That will
Yes.
remain. Now, I remember General AFP Chief of Staff General Katapang had said that we will be filing a protest against General Singha. I think. Did I get that
think,
right?
I think that was not the exact
That's
words.
not exact
That's
words.
not-
Okay.
that's the
What
exact
will
words.
be
The thing is,
done? What will
he
be
was
done
saying
then?
that we have to look into all these things.
Okay.
He was asked about if he ever would want an apology on this, and he just simply said, "Let's look into the whole thing. Try to investigate."
To understand
so to
also where
speak.
he's coming from, why
Yes,
he
of course,
said that.
The thing is that we're not fighting here with anybody as far as things go. It's just that let's look into everything. Yeah,
Yes.
the whole sequence. As I've been saying, let's view it from a perspective probably on the military doctrine and the peacekeeping doctrine. If we look at it from a civilian side of that, things might be muddled with some perceptions of the matter. And I think in order to really look at it on what can be done or what should not be done anymore is to study really and assess the events that transpired last week.
I remember that the AFP was supposed to submit a report to President Aquino today, Wednesday,
that was actually the instructions of the President to the Chief of Staff and the Department
So he has
of
to report already?
I really don't know yet if it was submitted this time. Yesterday, General Katapang and I were discussing this, and the report was being still made at that time. I don't know if he was able to submit it yesterday or today. I don't have any, and I don't have the details yet of the report as of now.
Now, some were saying that the, quote, greatest escape was actually just a lucky streak because the Syrian rebels were asleep.
Call it as you want, but the thing is that this was deliberately done in a manner wherein the preservation of the lives of our soldiers. It was not simply, let's get out and let's walk going home while they're asleep. It's not simply, the area was minefield. It's an open ground. Once you're detected, you are, again, ducks in the pond, so to speak, and you don't have any cover and things like that. It's a long stretch. It's a 2.3 kilometers, more or less, a stretch. It's not a simple marathon that you run on that. You have equipage with you, ammunition, firearms, pack, and all these things.
They had to walk 2.3 kilometers.
Yes, with elimination of 25% of the moonlight and things like that. There was fog in the area. It's not simply, again, let's not view it from the movies. The movies are directed. The movies have people to say cut if there's something goes wrong. Here you don't say cut. If something goes wrong there, it causes lives. And that's why it wasn't a lucky thing only. It was a deliberate and done by professional soldiers, trained and capable in such a movement wherein we reposition from one position to another in order to, again, save the lives of our soldiers.
Where are they now? So nobody's manning position 68 and 69
The soldiers right now from position 68 are now in Camp Siwani. Camp Siwani is a camp in the Israel side. That is where the Philippine Battalion headquarters is.
I see.
Some of our troops are in Camp Fawar. That's in the Syrian side. That's where the UNDOF headquarters is. And we have also some troops way below in the Syrian Israel side of the AOS.
Other three positions
it's now
that you
one
mentioned.
position, position 80.
Position 80. So they're in 3 areas in Golan Heights now.
So
and
still they're doing it. And again, we are doing all the other things, coordinations as far as the recall of our personnel are concerned.
So how are they now?
They're fine. They're in high spirits. I was able to talk to one of the officers there the other day, and they're really in good spirits, thinking that they were even saying, "Sir, we're quite happy to learn that the Filipino people has paid tribute to their actions, to their being to stand their ground in position 68, not giving in to the demands of the rebels to surrender our firearms."
Will they be promoted? Will there be a recognition for them?
Well, there will be that recognition, definitely. But promotion is another, there's a different promotion system that we have. It will be a consideration, of course, but it's not a direct, this is going to be, when you come, you're going to, rewards will be given, awards rather, will be given. Recognitions would be definitely given to them for what they have done. And of course, the greatest thing, Captain Ramones was telling me over the Skype the other day, that, sir, the biggest thing that I have had for the past few days is the statement that General Katapang is saluting him for the actions that they have made, standing pat. Imagine a captain being told by a 4-star general that I salute you for the actions that you made. And they were so happy about it. So to speak, parang mababa lang naman din ang kaligayahan ng kasundaluhan. A small pat in the back by our superiors is good enough on this. Of course, the other things that you see probably are all on movies wherein this kind of things are being undertaken. We want that, but we have to look at it from what procedures and policies that we have as far as these things are concerned.
And very soon we will be knowing about what will happen.
Yes.
You mentioned
probably
earlier
when they
about
arrive.
the study also that you'd like to assess the situation.
Yes.
And
that's all
we'll see
part
what
of it. We
happens
call
next.
it the AAR, the After
AAR.
Activity Report. In any, whatever undertaking that we have. Some people call it After Operations Report and things like that, but that's basically the reason behind that is to learn from it. What can be done and what cannot be done anymore, as far as, that's why we term it lessons learned and best practices.
Okay, General Tutaan, thank you so much
Thank
for
you very
joining
much
us
also.
this
It was a
evening.
pleasure on my part.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we've been talking to Major General Domingo Tutaan Jr. He's the spokesman of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and early on we spoke with the wives of some of the peacekeeping forces, two of the peacekeeping members of the peacekeeping forces in the Golan Heights. Well, thank you so much for watching News.PH. I'm Amelin Veloso. Good night and have a pleasant evening.
Maayos po doon sa lugar na yun.
Buti nakakatawag pa sila, no? Ikaw, Mila, yung asawa mo, 24 years na rin sa serbisyo, di ba? Hanggang ngayon ba, nandyan pa rin yung pangamba na nararamdaman mo kapag lalo't higit mga ganitong mga pangyayari?
Nawala na po siya ng mga nakaraan eh. Okay na po, relax na po eh. Ito lang po dumating na kaguluhan, nasa Syria sila. Ay tama, sa Golan Heights po. Na ano na naman po ako, nervous na naman ako dahil sa pangyayaring yan.
Sinong nagsabi sa inyo na yun ang naging sitwasyon ngayon ng mga asawa nyo doon sa Golan Heights?
Ay, nalaman ko po yung news na yun sa internet.
Sa internet pa nga?
Yes, ma'am.
Ganon din sa'yo,
Opo.
Grace?
Maaga pa po yun, mga 7 a.m. Tapos ginawa ko po, nag-text po ako sa kanya. Sinabi ko po na ganito, may balita pong ganyan, totoo ba? Na may mga peacekeeper na sabing stand-off ngayon.
Yeah.
Ang ginawa niya, kasi wala naman po siyang pang-reply, tumatawag lang po siya sa akin. Tumawag po siya sa akin, sabi ko,
Kanina umaga lang?
Opo.
Okay. Kamusta naman siya?
Okay naman po siya, ma'am, ngayon po. Nakakatawa na po ng nakakatawa.
Nakakatawa na?
Opo. Nakakapagkwentuhan na rin po kami ng maayos po. Hindi po katulad nung time na magulo po doon, pag nag-uusap po kami, lagi po niyan sinasabi sa akin, teka lang Mia, sabi niya gano'n, kasi may ganito, ganyan. Tapos po, bawat maririnig po sa background, ma'am, yung mga sumasabog po na...
Yung putukan,
Opo, yes
naririnig
po.
mo?
Opo.
Anong nararamdaman mo nung naririnig mo yung mga putukan nung time na yon?
Opo. Siyempre po, ma'am, talagang takot na takot po para po sa kanila. Kasi hindi po natin alam kung ano po yung mangyayari po para po sa para po sa kanila. Kaya sabi kong ganun, lagi na lang po, sabi niya, pinagdadasal na maging safe po sila doon. Na kahit nasabing nandun na sila, kumbaga parang, ang sabi po nila, parang na-sandwich na po sila ng rebelde po doon. Sabi namin na sana makalabas pa rin po sila.
Totoo, anong balita? Kumusta kayo dyan? Okay lang ba kayo? Sabi niya, okay ako. Sabi niya, huwag kayo mag-alala. Sabi niya, okay lang ako. Sa ngayon, sabi niya, liligpit kami, nag-iimpake. Aalis kami ngayon dito sa Post 68, sabi niya. Saan kayo pupunta? Sabi niya, papunta kaming Camp Pawar.
Sa headquarters.
O ganun ba? Sabi niya, sige, sige. Nagmamadali siya dahil sabi niya mag-iimpake. Sige, sabi ko, basta pagdating nyo ron, tumawag ka na lang sa akin. O sige, sabi niya, tatawag ako. Kaya parang okay sa akin yung ganung sitwasyon.
Sa Station 68 din ba si yung
Yes po,
husband mo,
ma'am.
Grace?
Opo.
So pareho sila.
Pareho,
Pero
magkasama po sila.
magkasama sila, pero ngayon lang kayo nagkakilala.
Yes po.
Kahapon lang po.
Kahapon lang po.
Kahapon lang.
Opo, kahapon lang po kami nag-meet po sa Camp Aguinaldo po.
Yung Grace, yung husband mo, bago siya na Golan Heights, saan nga siya na-assign? For 11 years na rin siyang sundalo, di ba?
Yes po, ma'am. Ang unang assignment po niya, ma'am, sa
United Nations peacekeepers are neutral forces helping war-torn countries in their transition from conflict to peace. The UN mission has over 1,000 troops from different countries, including Fiji, India, Ireland, Nepal, Netherlands, and the Philippines. Our guests tonight in the first half of the show are first we'll have the wives of the peacekeepers, or two of the peacekeepers in Golan Heights. We have Mila Escarcha. She is the wife of Staff Sergeant Nole Escarcha. And we also have with us Grace Corpus. She is the wife of Corporal Michael Allen Corpus. And later on in the second half, we'll have Chief Brigadier General Domingo Tutaan Jr. He's the spokesman of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. And we'll also have Colonel Roberto Ancan. He's the commander of the Peacekeeping Operations Command of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. But first, let's talk first to the wives. Now, thank you so much for joining us this evening, Grace and Mila. Magtatagalog tayo para parang kunwari nagkwentuhan lang
Yes
tayo
po.
sa ngayon. So, Grace and Mila, first of all, kailan niyo huling nakausap yung mga asawa niyo? Ikaw, Grace.
kanina po.
Good evening. This is News.PH, but it's not politics as usual. I'm Amelin Veloso. It was the, quote, greatest escape, says Philippine Military Chief General Gregorio Katapang Jr. Last week, 40 Filipino peacekeepers were caught in a standoff and firefight against the Syrian rebels in Golan Heights. But thanks to the rebels' sound sleep, our peacekeepers managed to escape.